So Boog Sciambi here, the voice of the Cubs, longtime TV voice of the Braves, Marlins, did work all over the places here in studio with us. So Dimino, I've never seen him, Boog, without the goatee. So that would be that would be even more shocking.
I've had it since I was 8.
I've known the guy for 30 years, and I've never seen him without a goatee.
Very Italian.
That would be horrifying.
Very Italian. Yeah, I don't think I think I might, but I'm not really sure if there's a reason to.
Okay.
I'm going to probably just go into the call.
You ever think about growing the beard?
So I have one of those beards that you'll get a look at it, and you'll say, that's going to look really good when it comes in. And then 2 months later, somebody else will say, that's going to look really good when it comes in, and it just doesn't come in. It's just a really crappy beard.
How many times have you tried?
Oh, now it's gray too, man. Probably like 3 or 4, like really tried, and it just stinks. I mean, it looks, there are times when it looks super promising.
When the light hits it just
That's right. You can't count on that light.
That's exactly right. And again, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
So we were just talking a little bit during the break. This Cubs team that you've now witnessed was as good as an offensive team as baseball had.
Yeah.
And then when it went toilety, the month of August was really atrocious. And I looked at the numbers and I said, oh, it's really the right guys going cold as opposed to the right guys being hot. But over the course of 6 months, that can certainly happen. You guys were living, breathing version of it's this, and now it's this.
Yeah, it's funny, though, what ends up happening, and I mean, I'm the guy that looks at it more clinically than most, and you sit there at the beginning of the year, and if you had said to me, is this going to be a good offense? I would have said yes. Is this going to be the type of offense that leads the majors in runs per game? No. And then they lead the majors in runs per game for 3 straight months. And I'm like, wow, this is a great offense. And then July starts to happen. And then August happens. And you're sitting there going, what's happening? And ultimately, I'm going to say right now, 3rd in the NL, 5th in the majors in runs per game. It's still pretty darn good. It's just weird that all of their good guys have gotten cold at the same time. I mean, since July 19th, PCA has 2 homers, Suzuki has 2 homers, and Tucker has 4.
And you're kind of lucky that nobody sort of took advantage of.
Well, the Brewers took advantage.
Well, but you're still a postseason team.
Yeah, no doubt.
Nobody behind you really took full advantage of
the only thing I would tell you, though, is, and this is where, it's funny in Chicago, it didn't ever get that bad. It wasn't like we lost 20 or 30 or something. Right. It was basically just crushing it and then a couple of stretches of 500. That's literally what it's been. There's been no real bad.
So it hasn't been like what we have seen here in the city of Atlanta.
Yeah, it's been rough for you guys this year.
It's shocking what is going on now and where we are.
But it's what happens. Like, there's weird stuff that happens,
I got to be honest, though. We do this March 15th thing. If I would have told you March 15th of 2025, and we ran through, Ronald Acuña is hitting 7th. Marcell Ozuna is still DHing. He's hitting 8th. Joey Wentz is going to be on the mound. Joey Wentz. Yeah, we brought him back. And then you start going through all of the
Eric
stuff.
Fetty, Cookie Carrasco.
Boog. This baseball reference page for 2025 in Atlanta is going to be an all-timer. It's going to be an all-timer. Cal Quantrill.
Let's add him to the mix.
I mean, it's like a fever dream.
Yeah.
And we'll have all winter to think about how it's not going to be like that again.
It goes back to what you said, though, Boog, because you talked about the Cubs and the different months. It's almost like every 6 weeks the season's its own entity, right?
No question, because, look, you guys talk NFL, you talk college, and one of the things that you look at is strength of schedule. Look, it's real. Who you're playing is real. I would say that the real distinction, though, in baseball, the Cubs in this. What's ironic is the Cubs played so well for 3 months. They had basically the first or second easiest schedule in the second half, and they haven't taken advantage of it. But the point compared to football is because the season is so long, it matters when you play a team. So you might get the White Sox for 6 games when they're swinging it pretty good.
Or who the 3 starters are, you're getting back in as opposed to bullet throwers.
But even that, like, I used to say this all the time, talking about Maddox, like, he has bad starts. You just don't know when they're going to be. So in the same way, people are asking me, like, who do the Cubs want to play in the postseason? And I look at them and I'm like, are you really asking me to predict who's going to play well over a 3-game series? Like over 12, like, so you want me to sit here and try to break down a 3-game series? I mean, you could put the Marlins in it, the Pirates in it. And so, like, I don't know what to tell you. As far as, look, the Braves, it's been this sort of confluence of injury and some underperformance from guys at times, Albies to begin, Harris to begin. That was pretty severe, and you began the year without Acuña, so, yeah.
Run me through, because we were just talking, years run together. I don't know who played for the Braves in 04 compared to 08. It's a mix at this point. Run me through the managers where you've been in the booth. So you're in Miami, they won the World Series, but you're doing radio, so you get to call the entire thing.
Yes.
How much will it bother you if you get a first series with the Cubs move on, and all of a sudden you're not doing TV anymore because you guys don't get to do local TV anymore?
Yeah, so one of the things that I've been really lucky with is I've done the playoffs nationally, at least the first round, and usually a bit more since 05. So with ESPN Radio, I get to do it. ESPN TV as the first round. And the first round, by the way, I mean, you look at some of the potential matchups. You could have Yankees, Red Sox. You could have Dodgers, Padres, and you could have Cubs, Mets, or Mets, Dodgers, and Cubs, Padres. Like, those 3 series are baller series. So, look, when you're doing TV and then you have to punt for the postseason, it's a bummer, man.
So tell me about the managers. The reason I ask, what's your relation? I don't even know if this is the right question. What's your relationship with managers when you have the job you have? And it might be dependent upon the guy, and it might be dependent upon how the season's going. I get all that. But when you've been around a bunch of managers, different guys will handle the ups differently, they handle the downs differently. Have you ever heard from somebody that a manager is pissed about something that you've said? The manager himself.
Man, that's a good question. So Florida here. Nah, I don't think so. I've gotten players a couple of times. I also, I'm in this spot right now where I would say that when I was starting, all those guys now are managers. So they're all guys my age. So Craig Counsell was a player and a rookie my first year in Florida. So, I mean, I go back with him 30 years. David Ross, I got to meet when he was here in Atlanta and then worked with him at ESPN. So, for the most part, the managers are, my age, our age. And so I have some type of connection. I mean, every once in a while you're going to say something. I mean, look, I try to, the bar that we're trying to reach every night is don't say dumb bleep. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're trying to do. So
I've avoided that over the years.
Yeah.
I've walked right into that, so too late for me.
You need to say it out loud. When you're in the shower in the morning, when you're in car,
don't say dumb bleep.
On the car. Just keep telling yourself.
That's just the mantra right there. So I I have not really had issues as far as that. And I think that there's a way to do it. I don't think you need to get personal or be angry about it. But
so how often do you hear, because you do a national game, and Joe Buck was like, Joe was maybe one of the first guys
to say. Joe said he got emotional reading some of the criticism.
Yeah, he brought that up yesterday. He said he was the first one, I think, to say out loud, they all think I hate their team.
Yes.
When you're doing a national. So you've experienced that.
I did it last year. There, you could find it. I did the Brewers and the Mets for the wild card series on television. And like the third inning, I said, okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Here I am parachuting in to hate your team. Yes, I hate the Mets. And this is on the national broadcast. And I hate the Brewers. I just want to give a shout out to Gary, Keith, Ron, and Steve Gelbs because they do a great job. And to Brian Anderson, Rock, and Sophia, who are awesome as well. I know you all want them broadcasting this game. They're not going to do it. It's going to be me, Doug, and Jesse. Sorry.
As I was saying earlier, this is the time of the year the national guys come in. We're, of course, rooting against your favorite team, both teams. That's usually the way people take it.
Yeah. Brilliant.
That's it.
There's the audio evidence right there.
There you go.
Boog Sciambi here in studio with us, TV voice of the Cubs. Sunday Night Baseball, playoff baseball on ESPN Radio. I know you're not shy about giving opinions, so this is on the Major League Baseball Network. This is Harold Reynolds and company, and somehow the subject of trading Ronald Acuña came up. We'll have a couple of cuts for you. This is cut one.
If you wanted to trade Ronald Acuña Jr.,
you'd have a lot of takers.
Absolutely. You would get a haul in return for Ronald Acuña Jr.
Greg, you might think I'm crazy, but did I not say that All-Star break? I'd trade him. Everybody thought I was nuts. But that's how you flip your organization around. If you're going to put him at 6th and 7th in the lineup, that is destroying the player, and that ain't helping your team at all.
So he's been in a slump. He's dropped down in the lineup. You know that. You called the game last night, and Harold Reynolds is seeing that as a sign of disrespect. What's your reaction to that?
I don't think it's destroying the player. He hasn't been swinging well, so he's, so Snit. I mean, the way batting orders work nowadays is, for the most part, you're hitting your best guys most. And I would still say he's one of their best guys. He's just in a bit of a funk right now.
Like the rest of the team, pretty much.
Yeah, but they've been better in the second half in terms of the offense, right? I mean, this team scored.
Ozzie woke up.
Yeah.
Michael Harris certainly he didn't have a blip. He went from being the worst hitter in baseball to being the best hitter in baseball.
Right.
Now it's actually leveled off because there is this natural pullback to the norm.
Yes.
And being the best hitter in baseball is not normal really for anybody.
Right.
Being the worst hitter in baseball is not really normal for anybody.
So they stuck on the topic of dropping him in the lineup as we hear one more cut.
I just don't understand sometimes how we shuffle. This guy did everything MVP, best player at top of the order. So he comes back from injury, everything else. He's not getting there going. So let's put him in an uncomfortable position in the lineup. We'll put him at 7th. Oh, we'll move him to 6th. No, you put him at 1st. Your team is going nowhere.
That's 100% right.
As you go, Ronald.
If you value Ronald Acuña Jr., his happiness and him finding it again should be the #1 priority for the rest of this season.
Period.
Winning games doesn't really matter anymore.
But instead, and this is, it's fact, Profar goes out on a suspension, and you come back and treat him better than you do Ronald Acuña. Oh, you're going to hit first. I'm sorry. Once Ronald Acuña comes back, he is the leadoff hitter of the Braves, period.
So he's being treated better, Jerks and Profar, because he's leading off. That's their opinion, I guess.
Well, look, the first thing that I would tell you, I'm not, that I love data and information, but I'm not going to throw out the intangible stuff. My first thought from somebody who really knows, does it really bother him?
I think it does.
But I don't know. So, I'm down to engage in that conversation. If he thinks if it really bothers him and he thinks it's going to affect his performance, I probably wouldn't hit him. I probably wouldn't hit him 7th. But I will tell you this. It's one of these things that's like, this game is changing, fellas. Like, these guys now more and more, I think the bullpen's a good example. You're finally getting managers doing this thing where, who's your closer? I don't care. Who's getting the most important outs? And you're getting more and more even veteran guys who are comfortable with, you might pitch the 9th, but you might pitch the 8th. And you might pitch the 7th. If 3, 4, 5 coming up in a 2-run game with 2 outs, you might. And so more and more guys are comfortable with it. I mean, look, this Cubs lineup has hit and hit and hit, and then they haven't hit. And the Cubs have had Ian Happ hit everywhere from 1st to 2nd to 3rd to 4th to 7th.
The one thing I didn't agree with is my #1 priority is not Ronald Acuña's happiness. I don't agree with that. I got a bullpen I got to figure out. I got to figure out if Hurston Waldrop is absolutely going to be a 3 or a 4.
Let me cut you off and say, if you think that his happiness or lack thereof is affecting his performance, you should be concerned with it.
I have a lot of other things I'm concerned with, is my point. If you don't like hitting 6th or 7th, hit better. I do believe, and again, I'm not as analytical as you are, but I gave up months ago. Like, I believe that if they have 3, 4, 5 coming up in the 7th inning and I can save the game here, my best pitcher is going to go in that game. I'm tired of hearing about a closer.
Yeah.
So I agree. I've maintained that forever. But here's what I won't do. I'm not talking about lineup construction anymore, because it was falling on deaf ears when I said, why is Marcell Ozuna getting at bats and Drake Baldwin isn't?
But he's a guy that likes to hit leadoff. Remember, they dropped him before, and he wasn't happy about it, so they moved him back to leadoff. And again, you go back to what Jeff Rancour said this morning, Boog, when he was on with our morning show. It's not really a secret that Brian Snitker and Ronald Acuña Jr. at times don't see eye to eye. Right. So with Snit, I think leaving after this year, could that make the, not ultimate difference, but a bigger difference with Ronald Acuña and his happiness?
I want to sit down.
Whoever the next manager is, there has to be.
You got to figure it out. I got
a
3
meeting.
We have 3 years of each other if you're not traded. Here's what I would like. I would like you to help me, help you, help me. And you're the best, most talented guy on this team. Let's figure out how that shows every day. I got a player who should be motivated because if he wants $300 million, $400 million,
okay, but let me ask you this: this is again, and I'm pushing back on you, and you keep sort of deflecting and turning away from it. If I tell you, I'll be Ronald Acuña for a second. Yeah. If I tell you, you want to know what's going to make me play the best? Me being happy. You know what makes me happy? Hitting first or second.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care.
Now be the best player you can be.
I get it. But we understand that part of it. I'm just saying, like, you keep throwing the grenades of, like, you don't like it hit better. Like, everybody's different. Like, being right, there's no point in being right. You get nothing out of being right. You get nothing out of being right in your argument. You want him to play better, period.
No.
You get nothing out of like, you're wrong.
I thought he should have hit third or second. Okay, I didn't like the.
But you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes, and there has to be a detente. There has to be a moment where this offseason,
he wants to be a leadoff hitter.
Else.
I mean, and go back to what those guys were saying. They're with the Major League Baseball Network. Obviously, if we know this, they know this. He's not happy where he is right now. He's not happy that he's not hitting.
I don't know that. Well, I haven't asked him.
That's what my opinion is. That's what I can surmise. And you're right. Nobody knows for sure, but he hasn't been happy in the past, and he's probably not happy now that he's dropped to 6 and 7.
What are you solving for by trading him?
Me personally? Like, are you asking
I'm not
a
trading
direct
him,
question?
So you're asking the wrong guy.
I have $17 million, and I got a $35 million player. I'm not dumb. I love the math of that. I got a $35 million talent for $17 million. I want him to be happy, but my point is this year, if it's lost.
So you guys wouldn't trade him then?
Me, no. Okay. I'm not doing it.
I'm with you.
I'm taking a call.
Okay.
I mean, I'm taking a call. My GM has to have the stomach to have those conversations.
Yeah, it's hard.
But he has to have the stomach to have the conversation. There is a point where you know what the job is. We need to be better today than we were yesterday.
Sure.
And that's taking a phone call. But here's what I'm saying about this season. 6th, 7th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I'm so over a lot of this that whatever happens this offseason, whoever the manager is, how about this? I think you're one of the most talented players in baseball. Hell yeah, I want it to show. Hell yeah, I'd like you to make as much money as possible when your time to take a piece of the cake is on the line. Be the best player you can be. You want to hit first, you want to hit second? I'm open for that. That's called February in spring training. This year, I just find it to be just noise. Like Sean Murphy not telling me he was hurt for 3 years. I'm so fed up. Like, I'm legitimately fed up with all of this talk about, well, we got this going on and this going on. I look at the record. I go, it's 18, 19 games. Let's just get the hell out of here. I'd like to know if Waldrop is legit. I'd like to see Eldor a few more times.
Yeah.
That, to me, when I say that's more important than Ronald Acuña's happiness, for me, I need baseball decisions. Do I pick up Ozzy's $7 million opt-in? Like, those are more important things than making Ronald happy for now. But I do believe that something has to happen this offseason.
On the Sean Murphy thing, do you think there's a scenario where Sean Murphy comes back eventually healthy and takes the job from Drake Baldwin?
You never say never. There's a limited sample size of Drake Baldwin.
I mean, I get it. But
as of right now, Drake Baldwin is the catcher of the future.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened.
Right.
But I just don't know. After 2 years, he seems to be one of those guys now. He's
it's
30,
a bad day to ask.
He's a catcher, and he can't stay healthy.
I don't understand what you're I mean, like, to me, I just, it's like, you're complaining about the backup catcher. Like, I get it.
He wasn't a backup catcher for a while. He took away a lot of at-bats from Drake Baldwin.
He's been hurt for,
that's the problem.
He's been hurt for 3 years. You've had 3 years worth of opportunities to go get an MRI.
But now they get a guy that's better than him.
Now it's over.
Wow, that was crickets right there.
No, now it's over. But the problem,
that was crickets.
Drake Baldwin is better right now.
Yes,
and he's healthy.
Okay,
and he's young.
So what are we talking about Sean Murphy for?
Because he aggravates me, Boog. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because it's personal.
See, this is what we were just talking about off the air. This is just what we were talking about off the air.
I thought the guy, when they first signed him...
This is what we were talking about off the air.
You're right.
This is why I don't do this. Because stop staring at me like that.
Don't do what?
You and your goatee.
Don't do what?
His sports talk radio
This guy had
take.
3 years to tell me he was hurt. What do you think? You're a catcher? You're going to get healthy in the hips?
I had a bad feeling about this guy from the get-go, and I was right.
Don't care. He's the backup catcher now.
Now he is.
But he wasn't before.
What? Are you guys really going to sit here and levitate me with your negative energy over Sean Murphy's labrum in his hip?
Yeah, by not saying anything.
All the things that just took place
I just told
this
you,
year.
I'm fed up with this season. It's the wrong day. It's the wrong
he's
day
the
to
cherry
ask.
on top of this crap Sunday.
Yeah, it's the wrong day to ask.
I mean,
how you feel about Sean Murphy?
It's just like,
hold on. This guy was.
I mean, I feel like I could bait you into chloroseptic. Why did you get the cherry? And then you start yelling at me about how there's so many other better flavors.
When did you get thin-skinned? What happened to you?
It's not thin-skinned. I don't care. I don't
We have to care.
Stop with the complaining machine.
There has to be a result.
Find better things. Find better things to talk about.
We have to care.
Stop complaining about Sean Murphy.
He might have been tradable. You think he's tradable now?
No.
Okay, then that's a problem.
And there's a lot more money now that you're tied into him.
That's a problem.
Right,
because of the injury.
Because flipping the fortunes of this franchise hinge on trading Sean Murphy.
Every little bit helps, but because they didn't go into the luxury tax this year.
God.
It doesn't hinge on Ronald Acuña
Payroll
being
dropped
happy
this year.
either.
Yeah, it does. More than Sean Murphy being traded. Yeah, Ronald Acuña playing as an MVP, that's important.
No.
That's more important.
I said happiness.
But what I'm telling you is that if we're following the thread of he's clearly a sensitive kid, just make him happy and let him play well and focus on that.
And the point is with Sean Murphy, now he's the backup catcher. Well, now he's nothing.
I heard you the first six times. I'm just saying.
He wasn't the backup catcher before.
But he wasn't the good starting catcher.
Yeah, but he wasn't getting the opportunities.
But now you have a good catcher.
Yes, you do. It's how you got there, though.
Crazy.
That is the problem.
But why are we worried about, now you have a good catcher.
The problem
I
is...
worry about everything, brother.
The problem is
you obviously have not been in this format. I've got to worry about everything.
Really?
That's my job.
No, that's exactly what I just said to him.
The problem is now, because Liberty Media owns them, they're not going to spend money at a pell-mell state and pace, and now you're talking about $45 million over the next 3 years for a backup catcher. That could hurt you financially.
Maybe.
It doesn't help.
They got bigger problems than Sean Murphy, man.
Well, yeah, they have problems, yeah.
But again, this is the day we just found out. He's been hiding this for 3 years. I think you're forgetting about relativeness. You got two Italians who are just sitting here going, this son of a...
I'm Italian.
We just went through
He is
this.
Italian. But you must have stuck out like a sore thumb in your family, huh? With that redhead?
From the neighborhood.
Anybody ask any questions?
Sciambi?
Anybody ask any questions?
I'm just saying, I got
a lot of things to worry about with this Atlanta Braves team.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Stop giving yourself agita over Sean Murphy. Make sure, how about you get Spencer Strider good? I'd be way more interested in that.
Yeah, I can't. I haven't figured out how yet.
Okay.
And there was a day where we talked about that as well. Today's the day where the headline is Sean Murphy being banged up.
And finally getting an MRI because you're a catcher with a bad hip. Lord knows those heal. All right, by themselves.
You wouldn't be very good at this if you came out and said, who cares? And just moved on to something else. You know that, don't you?
Complaining.
What's bothering you these days?
Us.
Other than that,
it's good to see you guys.
Yeah, it's good to see you, too.
I'm busting beans over here.
How about this? Why don't we take a break?
Yeah, let's do
You
that.
figure out what's bothering you.
Okay.
And then I'll
What's
let you know.
bugging Boog?
I'll let
We're gonna
you
turn
know.
the tables
I'll let you know
on
if it's worth it for you to be bothered by
All right,
that.
Boog Sciambi
I will
here.
turn
I
the
like that.
tables on you.
I like that.
And I will let you know if it's worth being bothered
No more
by.
Ronald Acuña leadoff talk. No more Sean Murphy talk.
I'm in on the Acuña talk. The Sean Murphy, the outrage over
Who's the
Sean
equivalent?
Murphy.
Let me ask you something. Who's the equivalent on the Cubs that you would go, that guy's, and I'm not saying you're saying somebody's unhappy, but you'd who's the equivalent of the guy that you need to make the happiest on the
Kyle
Cubs?
Tucker.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Sat him for a few days. Was he
Yeah.
pissed?
I don't know. No, he wasn't.
So he realized it was going bad.
Yeah.
Okay. But I need him to be happy.
Yes.
Okay. So
All
I'm
right.
going to ask him what he wants,
Correct.
other than $500 million for
Well,
this
yeah.
season's
That's
over.
a lot of money.
Do you understand why I was upset about Sean Murphy now? You get it now? Did I explain it to you clearly enough?
I would just say leave it be.
All right. We will now. I just want to make sure we're okay and,
come in here
and
with-
clear.
We literally just had the conversation on the air that
I
we
know,
were
but
having
you
off
come in
the air.
here
Right.
with patience, trying to make us look bad. I mean, that was your plan as well.
Here's the problem. You're making too much sense. in this room right now. That's the problem right
Patience and sense.
now. Boog Sciambi here in studio with us for one more
Boog
segment.
Sciambi. That's my campaign slogan. Patience and sense.
And then he's off to lunch. Here on Cellini and Dimino, it's the Fan 680, 93.7 FM for free, the Fan app. Cellini Dimino, the Fan 680, 93.7 FM. Here on a Tuesday afternoon, 12 o'clock hour was brought to you by Scana Energy. Boog Sciambi here in studio with us in town, calling the Cubs end of the Braves and
Can
Cubs.
I do one of those reads?
If you want to.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find
What do you
something
got?
for you. I'll find something for you.
Hand Boog a script.
Just something.
We'd be honored.
Give me something. Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to figure out see, Braves fans
Are you
aren't
living
interested
so
in-
clean that you have nothing to complain about these days?
I honestly, look, I'm. You guys know that I love you guys because you also put up with my nonsense. I would say, I fully understand the gig. I would say I just try and stay out of the space in my head.
Yeah.
You're kind of forced to do it. I get it. You're forced to.
I don't think it's funny. We joke about it. Are we reactionary? Yeah, it's part of the job.
Yeah.
I think it's informed reaction. I think there are times when we admit, we say this all the time. If I deal it from the top of the deck, if I tell you right now I'm incensed by something so much that I might not make sense, but I'm dealing from the top of the deck, I'm telling you that beforehand. I think a lot of times, most of the time.
Oh, you guys are way more informed than 99% of the guys I go. You guys are informed for sure.
Okay, so
I appreciate that.
Thank you. So that idea of what's setting me off is not just setting me off to set me off. There's a history. There's a something that I've gleaned or.
There's been a gleaning. I get it.
Okay.
There's a glean, man.
I understand.
Because Marty Schottenheimer said, good call. Boog Sciambi, we're on the same page.
Love
now,
that.
When was
so
the last time
guess
somebody called you John, by the way? How did this...
Manager calls me John more to just bust
Hank
my
Goldberg
chops.
started that, right?
That's
Wikipedia
actually,
for you.
So the Hammer's the one that really put it out there, but Dave Lamont was a talk show host in South Florida at WQAM. He worked with Joe Rose, and Dave was from the D.C. area and a big Orioles fan. And he said, he thought that I looked like Boog Powell. I was training as a board op on the morning show. And
It's a lot of times how nicknames are born.
You look like Boog Powell. And the next day on my mailbox, kids ask your folks what a mailbox is. And, they taped over John Sciambi and put Boog Powell. And it was it. It was done.
Now you know.
Yeah, you do.
So I guess if nothing's bugging you, we wasted an open, but we worked on it, so here it is nevertheless.
It's time for everyone's favorite news segment as Cellini and Dimino ask that fabled question, what's bugging Boog?
As you can see and hear, we spare no expense.
Oh, my
on
gosh.
production around these parts.
You better come up with something now.
I need to come up with something now.
Pressure's on.
Well, we have something that did bug you before.
Go ahead.
We're really stopping the game.
Can we get the base after the game? I mean, this is pretty absurd.
About this.
Yeah, what's up with you?
Sorry.
You're yelling at us
Yeah, it's true.
about what's important and what's not? How'd you feel about that?
You're playing
I
to
would
your
say
audience
that the
there.
one thing that was really funny about
That
it,
bugged you, Boog.
it didn't bug me.
It sounded like a bug check. Being a little
in the
defensive
moment,
now.
I was like, we're stopping the game? We're really stopping
Just
the
let
game?
it go.
And then I was good. But then everybody tries to assign this thing where I'm losing sleep over them stopping the game because he's 42-71 or whatever. Yeah, I didn't really give much thought to it past that.
Are you mad at your partner because he played along and he chided with
awesome.
you? Okay.
My partner's the best. My partner is,
Have you worked with a terrible partner?
not really.
Okay. Have you worked with somebody who's not a nice person?
I will tell you the one part that was funny about how it got, and this is just stuff getting aggregated, but the idea of me and Jim DeShays as the get off my lawn guys.
It only takes one moment. You do know that, right? Because that's what a viral clip does. It only takes one moment.
I guess.
But you're on social media now, right?
I mean, I have a Twitter burner.
Gotcha.
Because I got hacked. And I'm on the gram. We haven't posted it in a while.
I understand you're
Is
on
that what the kids call it?
Yeah, well, I think so. You're also on Cameo. Is that true?
I am on Cameo. I do cameos for my charity, for Project Main Street.
There you go.
Yeah. So you can get at me at Cameo.
We might have you do one for the show. I'll pay for that.
So do that. And how about, like, at the end, I say, congratulations to Ronald Acuña Jr. for the first 40-70 season in Major League history. Like, really sincerely.
A game that no one will ever forget, in a moment that was worth stopping the game for. Will you say that for the right price?
I mean, the 10th inning? What are we doing?
I know what they were doing. They stopped the game. They didn't ask you. I mean, they didn't ask you. What did you think they were supposed to ask you?
Well, listen, go eat lunch.
All right, you guys.
Listen,
it's awesome to see you.
Before you go,
yes,
give me something about the Cubs that I'm going to look at for the postseason. Let's just say they get there. And I'm not really that guy. I don't cash those checks.
Yep.
If the Cubs are, let's start with, if the Cubs are in the postseason, Cade Horton, the lights aren't going to be too big.
Nah.
The 400, 500, whatever the hell he's going to be, that guy's going to show up and make the push.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that one. Cade Horton, I mean, because it's just hitting is weird. The one thing I tell you, it's funny, this one pops into my head, but just bullpens are funny and you depend on guys. The guy who's been an absolute monster for the Cubs is from this area. He grew up a huge Braves fan. John Smoltz was his idol, but take a look at Brad Keller's numbers this year. They signed him as an NRI, and they felt like they could really get good stuff out of him. They're paying him $1.5 million, maybe. But, you know, for a non-roster invitee, they had a Zoom, and the manager was on the Zoom, and he said, oh, you know, I think maybe they want me. So he's been sensational. He lives here in the offseason, and he's been great, and I hope that continues.
Has Cubs Brewers taken over for Cubs Cardinals?
Absolutely. 100%. The Cubs rival is the Brewers and has been now for a while. No question.
Because they took really big pride. Hey, Cubs Cardinals, that's the one that you guys never talk about. It's over. In the here and now.
It's Cubs Brewers is the thing. Because the other thing is they're so close.
Yeah.
And the fans.
And a manager change.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And the fans go. I mean, there were Brewers fans at Wrigley for that 5-game series, and they got loud. I mean, the Wrigley North, as they call American Family, the fans invade there. So, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah, go eat some lunch.
Love you guys.
Thank you for coming by. John Sciambi, Boog Sciambi, whatever you want to call him, he's aces in our book, and he is a guy that likes to, not that it's hard to do, he likes to poke and prod, and get a reaction out of us.
He came in on the right day, huh?
That he did.
Yeah, that Sean Murphy thing hanging over us the whole day.
Why do we care about Sean Murphy? I'll tell you why we care about Sean. You get the hell out of here, Sciambi. I don't need to explain anything to you.